Hi, my name is Sandy Griffin, and I'm here with Voices from the Streets. Today we're under the Jefferson Street Bridge where we fed almost 200 people. I'm here with my friend. What is your name?
Erick Garbin,
Erick. Where are you from originally?
Detroit.
And what brought you to Nashville?
I do some shows down at Tootsie's and play on the street, and but they fell through. So
How long have you been here?
2 weeks,
Is this your first time in Nashville?
a second time.
And when was the last time you were here?
I was 2005, but I had a house and a gig.
And how long were you here then?
3 years.
Okay, so do you see any differences between when you were here last time and now?
Yeah, more homelessness. The police are more rough, but organizations like you guys and other things feeding people. Without you, I don't know what people would do. But it seems like there's more places to eat and take showers and stuff, and thank God for that.
Thank God is right. So now I want to ask you about life on the streets. Now you've been here for 2 weeks.
Right.
When you came to town, where did you stay? And how did you know where to go?
I came down here while I was playing and stuff. I came with a friend, and I start meeting people. And
Like right here under the bridge?
with Bob, yeah, this organization. And then I just start talking to people, and then they just tell me, if you're ever homeless, you go stay here, go stay there. I went to the mission for one night, but two guys tried to rape me, so I got my stuff and took off. So I've been sleeping in the Presbyterian church.
Now would that be out in the, you're staying outside the church in the yard with the little fence around there?
No, I'm sitting on the porch, and I talked to the pastor. He said, don't let really nobody see you. I don't drink or do drugs, so I just sleep there, and I play on the streets, or I stand by Tootsie's if somebody needs a fill-in guitarist. But it's been pretty rough, you know.
Okay, you stay at the Presbyterian
On
church.
the porch, yeah.
Right, and what goes on there? You can go there at 9 o'clock at night, is that right?
No, I sneaked there. Technically, I don't supposed to be there, but he said just don't make a mess, and I don't, you know, and I don't pee or nothing on the steps, literally.
Right.
Like the other people. And I even clean up if someone else is sleeping there, but I don't know how long it's going to last, but the cops drive by, and they don't say nothing.
You know, I have to ask you, so many people think it's horrible because the homeless stay there, and when they go to the bathroom, they go outside, and that's horrible. But what other options? Where are they supposed to go?
They're supposed to urinate in a bottle and then empty it in the sewer, but there's really nowhere to go except the bus stop or the alley.
Okay, so when you're going down Broadway and you're in Nashville, and their homeless will walk down the street there, will the establishments there let them come in and use their restrooms?
If they know them, and if you buy something once in a while, or if you're a street musician, they'll let you sneak in and use the restroom.
Okay, so being a street musician, what does that look like?
It's pretty rough because people come by and they're drinking and they spit on you and they throw you dollars and they make you feel like this big. But it's a few dollars and it makes you feel a little bit better. And hopefully you might get picked up or by some other musicians.
Right. So how often are you playing on the streets?
Usually every night, and then maybe twice a week at Tootsie's or the Wagon Wheel. I got a friend named Brad. You know, I'll do a set and he'll throw me $20-$30. And, you know, motels are like $50 a night. So I just keep it, you know, for extra money. But without this place and other places, I don't know what people would do. And
You know what? We are so appreciative that you let us serve you.
And I remember this really fine lady gave me a pair of tennis shoes.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Yeah. That was the first time you were down here.
Right, and I had so many blisters. I was like, oh, God.
Okay, should we tell the story about that? How you had asked me if I tend to have carry clothes around for the homeless in my car.
Right, and I didn't know it, and I was just waiting for food, and I came up, and you said, oh, someone wanted the tennis shoes today, but they weren't here, and then you said, what size? And I put them on,
And what size were they?
13.
They were size.
No, 14.
They were size
excuse me.
14. So the shoes you had on were too tight and they were uncomfortable.
Right, blisters.
And as it turned out, the one size I had in my car was the size that you needed.
It's a miracle, huh?
Yeah. Who can we give the credit to for that one?
Jesus.
Okay, so now
Really?
let's talk about Jesus on the streets. I've talked to a lot of the people where they say that they don't feel like they should be on the streets, that Jesus really wouldn't want them there. But if we go back and look at Paul was in for 5.5 to 6 years, he was in jail. And he did most of his teaching there, or a lot of his teaching.
Right.
And we think that's okay. So do you have choice, any opportunities to witness to people or to praise God when in your situation?
Well, I look at people, they complain like they don't have alcohol, they don't have this, and I said it could be worse. You can have no arms and be addicted to crack. You can be, being homeless without love or hopelessness, or hope, it's so lonely and it's depressing.
Okay, so Eric, so you use the word homeless and hopeless. So there's a big difference in that one letter in there. What's the difference between homeless and hopeless?
Homeless, you don't have a choice sometimes, but hopelessness, just nobody loves you. It's just like, do you ever feel empty or nobody loves you and you just walk around like a zombie, and then when someone does talk to you, you feel like you're alive. But you thank God every day that you're breathing and you're upright.
That's a good point. This week on the flip side of Robin Williams taking his own life.
He was so depressed.
Well, you know what, and I think that's interesting because people think that depression goes with homelessness or hopelessness. It goes more with hopelessness, but
Hopelessness, yeah.
it's not a respecter of money or of homelessness.
Right. Well, like Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, he was so miserable before that, treated like a dog, living in the streets, living here, living there. $2 billion is not going to help him because he's so depressed. His mother didn't love him. He had to live with his grandma. He had no hope.
So really, the hopefulness comes from inside of us.
Right.
And so even Robin Williams with his big mansion, all his money, that couldn't take care of that hole inside of him.
He was empty. Right.
It's funny, I met him 4 years ago. I was in Nashville and I met him and I walked up to him. And the one thing, I've got a picture taken with him, and the one thing that I said after, this was 4 years ago, I said to people, they said, what was he like? And I said, I felt a great sadness coming from him. And it's amazing when you see this great comedian. And then I see people like you who are street musicians and they're making sometimes nothing a night, sometimes, what's the most you've made?
$140. Then I went out and got a room for a couple people, and we hung out and, bought stuff and bought them cigarettes, but I don't buy them drugs. I buy pants or whatever, or equipment.
So what I hear you saying is that there's a community out there, there's fellowship.
Yeah, if you get with the right guys, they'll take care of you. If you need this, you need that, or you need a couple dollars. But like last night, a tourist took my watch. A girl did. It was a Timex. I had it like 2 years ago. I paid $300. And she was like doing a hoochie dance. And she was, And when you're lonely on the street, you just don't think about that. And
Right.
she just went that quick and ran. But she threw a 5 in there. But she knew it was expensive, so she threw the 5 in to get closer to me and, do this and that. And then boom. Touche.
Exactly. So you know what? And what did she look like?
Very attractive, 25, tight pants, the dress. And
So she knew what she was doing.
yeah.
Okay,
She was
so now that we've talked about homelessness, hopelessness, what's on the horizon for you? What are your dreams?
Get another home, play music, and do charity work like I used to do, play for churches and stuff, and just thank God I'm alive. That's about it.
Okay, so how, working as you are and trying to stay in hotels, how do you save money?
You don't. It's hard. And I got no credit, and my kids are growing up. I'm divorced, blah, blah, blah. So it's hard, you don't have credit and stuff. It's hard to get a place. So you get tired and you walk around places like this to get food, and you go lay down and rest somewhere, and then I go back on the streets. Then you got to go in sinks to wash your hair and stuff. I know it's pretty degrading.
Now, do you know of all the places around Nashville where you can go and wash your clothes and get showers?
Yeah, Ken and Carol, a place like that, yeah.
Yes, and Nazarene is today.
Nazarene. Oh, it is today?
Yeah. In Ken and Carol's, you can do your clothes there.
What's Nazarene? What time is that?
That's 2:30 to 3:30.
Oh, okay.
You can go there and you can shower. So there are places. So let's go back to how are you going to lift yourself up to get enough money to get a place?
Probably do some church work or just get a regular job, and or get a bus ticket and go back to L.A. and
What was your life like in the L.A.?
busy playing a lot of shows, doing a lot of studio work, but rents were like $3,200 a month for just a small room on the Sunset. So it's really hard to stay out there. I had 5 other guys live with me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pray to God, and maybe something will happen. Or
Okay, so really you're just walking in faith. You're just taking one step at a time.
right, and I'm just keeping faith and playing and enjoying life. That's about it.
And I have to tell you, I want to thank you for this interview and tell you that when I saw you the first day when you needed the shoes, there's something, you have a great spirit about you, a great spirit.
Yeah. Life's good. Life's very good.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that you keep coming back and that we get to walk with you and we get to watch you as you.
I will let you know. Now, can you show the tennis shoes real quick or no? Huh? Look at that. God bless her.
Those are the shoes that he got last week. That we, you know what? No, thank God, because I just happened to have one pair and it was size 14.
Well, it looks like we got to wrap it up. Everybody's ready to go.
So I want to thank you so much. And if there's one thing that you could tell people when they see a homeless person, if you could give them one word of advice, what would you tell people?
Give them a hug.
You don't get enough of those, do you?
The hopelessness.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Erick.
you. God bless.